reading his 1.16 speedrun, and in a nearly 3,000 word apology claimed that it was all just an accident. He modded the game accidentally.
You know what? You know what, chat? I didn't read the whole text. So I'll see if he does a good summary.
Speedruns, and haven't we heard this story before? Ah, yes, the story of Cotton, the hitless Hollow Knight player who accidentally used invincibility in his runs. Long story short, it's the same situation with Dream, but in this case, it's actually worse. Dream's apology begs us all to move on from the drama, and the reality is that we have. It's been 6 months, so why is he in his bathtub at 4 a.m. bringing it up again? It's because earlier in the day, moderators rejected yet another run of his for cheating, his 1.15 world record speedrun. Gotta say, it's some really interesting timing for him to suddenly become apologetic about the situation. Let's talk about the apology. Dream starts off by explaining how he hired a developer to write a mod for his patch 1.16 challenge videos.
Guys,
and Dream says it was for
convenience.
Because
he's actually good at the game though. Like, he could legitimately grind this out for like a month straight and he could get all the records back.
Didn't want to waste so much time acquiring the ender pearls needed to beat the game. So, in his own words,
like,
he
10 hours
used
a day
this mod
for a whole
in his
2 months,
challenge videos for the exact same reason why someone would use it to cheat a speedrun, to save time. Dream claims that this mod was used accidentally in his speedruns, and it follows from his behavior that he also never noticed that this mod was being used. But if you've ever watched a speedrunner stream before, you'd know this sounds pretty fishy. Speedrunners constantly fixate on the random elements of their game, particularly when the time losses or time saves are significant.
Yeah.
And speedrunners play these games for thousands of hours. When your luck is 1 in 7.5 trillion and you're an experienced speedrunner, how can you claim to not notice that something's wrong? Let's permit him the fact that it is technically possible to accidentally play with cheated mods. But even if you did believe that, to not notice it over numerous streams, and then...
Okay guys, I won't be worried about this chat, but listen. Even in the times where out of all my runs, we got one run that had more pearls, I told you guys about it. I said, guys, this is fucking insane, right? Even one instance out of dozens of runs in one day, I could tell you guys immediately. It's like, dude, this is so lucky, it makes no sense. And then we'll go back to our no luck for a whole fucking 10 hours straight, right? But if you had this luck, every run for a full day, 2 streams, holy fuck, man. It's what I was telling you guys, you can just feel it.
After being called out, not even entertain the possibility that the drop rates were modded when you'd been using a mod that does literally exactly that is not realistic. This is also a mod that he personally hired someone to make for him, but he claims to not understand how it was affecting his game, and it was an accident that he used it in his run? That's not remotely believable. Dream comes across as attempting to muddy the waters and deflect blame to the modder for his own mistake. At the end of the day, though, it's not difficult to notice when there are mods affecting your game, and it was his job as a speedrunner submitting a time to notice it. If I were caught modding my game and had submitted my run, I would be embarrassed and apologetic. I wouldn't attack moderators while my enraged fan base...
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't care about this guy or his videos, but what he's saying right now all of this makes a lot of sense. This is all pretty good takes.
Goes wild, all because of my own mistakes.
And if you felt like you had too much luck and it was getting weird for like a whole 2 streams, you know, why not just, redownload the whole thing? I mean, there's not a lot of mods to fucking run Minecraft. It's mostly vanilla shit, right?
It's also important to note that as the drama was unfolding, the speedrun moderator team did ask Dream to see the contents of his mods folder. In a Twitter thread, Dream claimed that he provided moderators with everything they asked for. Dream then immediately contradicted himself, writing that he wasn't able to provide them with the mods folder because he overwrote it. The moderators state, however, that Dream told them he deleted his mods folder in frustration after hearing their accusation. How does it make sense that he deleted one of the few things that could support his innocence out of frustration that he was accused? In the apology, Dream plays victim. Despite claiming to regret the situation, Dream took numerous jabs at and deflected blame to the moderators. Dream stated that rejecting his 1.15 run after 11 months was dumb, but he also says it was understandable. Well, which is it? The apology is filled with these confused attempts at empathy. He states that the mods were extremely unprofessional, but that it's understandable because they're just a group of volunteers.
Jesus.
He also calls them out for not
this is a legitimate Claire moment.
asking for his mods folder sooner after the incident. But they're not paid to do that. They have jobs and lives. Worst of all, Dream calls them out for not being impartial enough, claiming that the situation played out so poorly because they could have been more friendly with him. Let me remind you that they posted a report about probabilities, and that this was his response. Needless to say, Dream really doesn't come across as giving a shit about the moderators at all, and the situation was summed up really well on Reddit.
This guy is going hard.
Dream acknowledges that he dragged the moderators through the mud and was an asshole to them, and claims to be apologetic. Yet despite the fact that his fan base has been actively shitting on anyone stating that he cheated, including myself, for the past 6 months, Dream only chose to come clean now, after moderators rejected more of his runs. Dream implores his fan base to stop sending hate to those who have called him out, after he weaponized them against those people, and then idly stood by for the past 6 months as they hurled abuse upon others.
That's like the only part that I'm going to be more critical about. You know, like, dude.
Attempts to
At this
defend
point,
his supposed innocence. Dream claims he never told the truth sooner because he figured the community had been through enough drama. But an apology such as this, which deflects blame, attempts to build sympathy for himself, and tries to convince his community to move on immediately after more of his runs are rejected for cheating, only serves to create more drama. In my opinion, his motive for making the apology was the same as before, to baby rage because his runs got rejected. It doesn't come across as sincere. I think it demonstrates a pattern of lying, and I don't think he deserves your sympathy. At the end of the day, I'm just glad I can meme about everything without getting contradicted by Dream stans. But still, I really don't get it. He's a great player, and just like Cotton, people would respect him more if he were just honest. I've accidentally cheated in a video too. I made a Hollow Knight video where one of my charms was glitched, and I didn't notice. When someone told me, I acknowledged the mistake, and we moved on. If you're not an asshole, avoiding drama like this really isn't hard. But it seems like some people will never learn.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, guys, I want to be more neutral, man. Not neutral, but you know, like, I want to seem like